The mothership of terror is the new definition that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has flung at Pakistan for the world to see. At the BRICS summit in Goa and the Committee of Nations coming together, Mothership of Terror is the brand new name that Pakistan has now been given. But will it stick? Among six powerful nations, China stepped forward to defend its all-weather ally Pakistan, saying no single nation should be linked to terrorism. Here on India First, we're going to talk about how Prime Minister's big attack on Pakistan from the BRICS stage in Goa is something that could set the stage for an even more aggressive India, diplomatically and otherwise, against Pakistan. If India has a bigger adversary than Pakistan, it is without a shadow of a doubt China. First, it scuttled India's efforts at the BRICS summit to mention Pakistan's terror organizations like the Jaish-e-Mohammed and the Lashkar-e-Taiba in a joint declaration. And less than 24 hours later, China has openly backed its all-weather terror-sponsoring ally Pakistan, calling it a victim of terrorism that has made great sacrifices to combat terror in the subcontinent. The move has once again exposed China's double standards on the issue of terrorism.
Prime Minister Modi blasting Pakistan at the BRICS summit as a mothership of terror. Three words that have given the world's most dangerous country a whole new complexion. But Pakistan's all-weather ally China continues to throw a spanner in India's bid to isolate the terror sponsor. First, China stalled the attempt to specifically mention cross-border terror in BRICS joint declaration. Now the dragon has mounted strong defense of Pakistan, urging the international community to recognize its sacrifices in fight against terror. Going a step ahead, the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson called both India and Pakistan victims of terrorism, even asking to resolve all issues through dialogue.
With India and China already locking horns over the question of sanctioning the Pakistani terrorist Masood Azhar, China's very strong statement in favor of Pakistan a day after the BRICS summit suggests that this will continue to be a very contentious issue between India and China.
Apparently, China continues to adopt a selective approach against terror, even after PM Modi sent out a veiled message to the dragon at the BRICS summit in Goa.
Selective approaches to terrorists, individuals and organizations will not only be futile but also counterproductive.
With China openly shielding Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar and blocking India's move to get Pathankot attack mastermind designated as terrorist at the United Nations, the dragon is clearly exposed on the issue of terror, siding openly with a terror sponsor while there is growing chorus on the global stage to isolate countries with terror links. With Anand Krishnan in Beijing, Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, China may have hindered India's efforts at the BRICS summit in Goa in cornering Pakistan, but BIMSTEC nations, another group of nations around the Bay of Bengal, sent out a very strong message to Pakistan, condemning the recent terror attacks in the region and the glorification of terrorist Burhan Wani by Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif in no less than the United Nations General Assembly. BIMSTEC leaders demanded a very strong bit of action against states which provide shelter to terror groups. They were, of course, talking about nobody else but Pakistan.
It's a big win for India's bid to isolate Pakistan for sponsoring terror. With the group of Bay of Bengal countries, BIMSTEC, condemning in strongest terms the barbaric terror attacks in the region, making a clear reference to Pathankot and Uri terror attacks.
Some of these Bay of Bengal countries are directly affected by state sponsors of terror in India's west. Unlike BRICS, the BIMSTEC statement is far more direct and criticizes those who hail terrorists as martyrs. China is not a part of BIMSTEC, and this is also indicative of the fact that the BIMSTEC statement is far more hard-hitting than the BRICS statement.
Unlike the BRICS Goa declaration, the BIMSTEC outcome was strongly worded against countries like Pakistan for harboring, financing and encouraging terror networks. The BIMSTEC group strongly slammed the glorification of terrorists as martyrs. The statement an obvious reference to Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, who has been describing Hizbul commander Burhan Wani as a martyr.
Burhan Wani, the young leader murdered by Indian forces, has emerged as a symbol of the latest Kashmiri intifada.
After BIMSTEC declaration, Prime Minister Modi received full support from Brazil in India's fight against terror.
We deeply appreciate Brazil's support for India's actions in combating terrorism. We agreed that the world must come together to fight this menace without distinction or discrimination.
However, the opposition did not appear much impressed.
While there is a mention of everything from the ISIS to Syria to Afghanistan to the Israel and Palestinian question, where is the reference to Pakistan in the entire Goa declaration?
Meanwhile, the defense minister attacked opposition for seeking proof of the surgical strikes in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir.
देश की सुरक्षा के बारे में ये सरकार सीरियस है. We are attempting to ensure that no unauthorized person can enter the country.
While Pakistan demands a holistic approach to isolate Pakistan, the government believes it's managed to corner the terror state on the global stage. With Gaurav Sawant in Panjim, Bureau Report, India Today.
Meanwhile, let's remind you that with Pakistan's active help, it's been 100 days of unrest in Kashmir after the killing of Hizbul terrorist Burhan Wani. The longest ever stretch of unrest still continues with waves of protests and clashes across the Kashmir Valley. As days pass and the situation worsens, or at least goes nowhere near normalcy, and Kashmiris bear the brunt of never-ending chaos and uncertainty. Here's a look at how the 100-day spell of shutdown has brought life to a standstill in the beautiful Kashmir Valley. Violent protests, uncontrollable clashes, and continuous agitation. All these have haunted the valley of Kashmir for the past 100 days. Since the 8th of July, Kashmir has been bleeding after the killing of Hizbul Mujahideen terrorist Burhan Wani, and the valley is still to witness any semblance of normalcy. These are the streets of the busy Lal Chowk area of Srinagar. Bustling with shops on both sides, crowds throng the market in the busy hours of the day. However, the situation has changed, and in 100 days, the valley has witnessed a continuous shutdown thanks to separatists spearheading the agitation. Normal life has been crippled, with schools and colleges closed, mobile and internet services halted.
100 दिन पूरे हो चुके हैं इस हड़ताल के, लेकिन सरकार की तरफ से कोई मतलब ऐसे स्टेप्स हमने नहीं देखे कि मतलब वो हालात को बेहतर बनाए, या हमारी जो एजुकेशन यहाँ पे है वो भी बंद है, स्कूलें बंद है.
Worsening the situation are the rise in incidents of weapon snatching from policemen. The government is receiving flack from the opposition for this, and most accusing the current setup of lacking clarity in handling every incident.
सिचुएशन वॉलेंटाइल है, सिचुएशन ग्रिम है, और इसी बात का तो जवाब हम मांगना चाहते हैं स्टेट और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से. ये कुल मिलाकर नाकामियां है ना सरकारों की.
More than 100 days and Kashmir seems to be far away from being normal. These 3 months have seen curfews, clashes, protests and civilian deaths taking place. Many have been arrested. Now the government is facing a lot of criticism for not having been able to control the situation well, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better with separatist leaders continuously extending their Bandh calls. With cameraman Tariq Shujaul Haq in Srinagar for India Today.
Well, Pakistan is at it again. It violated the ceasefire at the line of control, and this time in the Rajouri sector of Jammu and Kashmir. On Sunday night, one Indian Jawan was martyred in the cross-border firing that went on for hours late that night. Here's a look.
Tributes were paid in Srinagar to the Jawan martyred in Rajouri sector of Jammu and Kashmir yesterday. Poignant scenes as the army gave a last salute to 24-year-old Sepoy Sudhir Kumar from Uttar Pradesh. Kumar was at a post in Naushera sector which came under small arms and mortar shell firing. The Jawan died on the spot. Another soldier killed in firing by Pakistan Army. Pakistan has been continuously violating ceasefire at the LOC after India carried out surgical strikes. The army believes the firing by Pakistan Army on the LOC is to give cover for infiltration. Terror activities have been on the rise in Jammu and Kashmir. An SSB constable, Ghanshyam Gujjar, lost his life on October 15th after terror attacks on army camp in Zakura. Tough times for the Indian Army, but death of Jawans like Kumar makes the forces resolve to tackle tensions on the border only stronger.
There are many friends and colleagues of Sudesh inside the unit behind me who were the part and parcel of his routine duty. Every soldier here from Indian Army believes that he is proud when he sacrifices his life for the nation. And that wish got fulfilled for Sudesh Kumar, and his unit is also proud of his sacrifice for nation. With cameraman Roof Ahmed Ashrafani from LOC in Rajouri sector.
Meanwhile, down south, the daylight murder of an RSS activist in the IT city of Bengaluru has sparked massive protests, virtually locking down several parts of the city today. The RSS and BJP workers are demanding very strong action against the perpetrators who hacked 35-year-old Rudresh to death on Sunday afternoon, calling it a well-planned political murder in one of India's safest cities. Prohibitory orders remain imposed in several parts of Bengaluru to avert any further violence.
Anger pouring on the streets of Bengaluru after the brutal hacking of RSS activist Rudresh by unidentified assailants on Sunday afternoon. Protesters from the BJP and RSS demanding strict action against the perpetrators, calling it a political killing.
This is a political murder, nothing but political murder. How is it they are getting so much of courage and courage to do this kind of activities in the daylight? Just because we are peaceful, don't take us as granted. Please take necessary action, arrest them and give a strong message to the antisocial elements telling that you will be punished if you get into this kind of activities.
On Sunday afternoon, 35 years old Rudresh was hacked to death in Bengaluru's Shivaji Nagar area while returning from an event. He stopped his bike when he spotted a few friends near Kamaraj Road. Moments later, two men struck him on his neck with a machete.
I believe that it is not the question of merely arresting the culprits, but to fight against the communal elements who are basically anti-national. They are targeting the nationalist forces. The state must take action.
The vicious attack has triggered outrage from both the RSS and the BJP groups in the state. Prohibitory orders were in place at several parts of the IT city.
We are trying to analyze all possible evidence, including the CCTV footage. Motive अभी पता नहीं लग रहा है मोटिव, लेकिन जरूरी ही ऐसा है जिससे अराजकता की स्थिति पैदा हो, इस तरह का कुछ.
An investigation is underway as the police are piecing together evidence to ascertain the real motive behind this heinous killing. All hopes are now pinned on the leads from nearby CCTV cameras. With Rohini Swami, Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, the controversy over the ban on Pakistani artists, actors and technicians has intensified in Bollywood, with the film industry seeming even more divided on the matter. Two big actors, Priyanka Chopra and Alia Bhatt, have now spoken out against banning Pakistani actors in the wake of the Uri attacks, supporting the release of Karan Johar's upcoming Ae Dil Hai Mushkil, which features Pakistan actor Fawad Khan. Meanwhile, the Mumbai Film Festival, one of the city's biggest festivals, has decided against screening a famous Pakistani classic. The unofficial ban on Pakistan's actors has now been extended to Pakistan's films. The organisers of the much-hailed Mumbai Film Festival have now blocked the Pakistani entry, Jago Hua Savera. Organisers say it's been done because of the present situation and atmosphere. The sudden move comes as the unofficial ban on Pakistani actors has divided Bollywood completely. Single screen owners in 4 states have buckled to threats by the Maharashtra Navnirman Sena and said they will not screen Karan Johar's Ae Dil Hai Mushkil, which has a Pakistani star Fawad Khan in it. This comes after filmmaker Anurag Kashyap targeted Prime Minister Modi for not apologizing for his visit to Lahore in December last year to meet Pakistan's Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. He was roundly criticized for taking on Modi while defending Karan Johar.
मैं समझता हूं इस समय पाकिस्तान के कलाकारों का समर्थन करना, टेक्नीशियन का समर्थन करना भारतीय सेना का अपमान है.
It isn't just films. For the first time, not a single Pakistani writer is attending the Kasauli Literary Festival held in the memory of the legendary Khushwant Singh. Bureau Report, India Today. That's it on India First. Thanks for watching. Padmaja is up next with News Today.